welcome back to the third ever episode of the AoT Chronicles, an Attack on Titan podcast, part of the Podcast Chronicles network. My God, that just rolls off the tongue every time I say it. I'm your host, Ronnie. Over here we got my boy,
Chaz, baby.
All right, Chaz. Today, Season 1, Episode 3. Give him the title.
All right, Season 1, Episode 3. We've got a dim light in the darkness of despair. Humanity rises again.
Yeah, what'd you think of this episode?
Well, you know, it's not the most exciting episode. There's not too much action in it, but it gives us a little more detail into some of the characters that, you know, faces that we've seen, but that we haven't really known yet. And it also shows us a little bit of their training and how they're treated in their training, if you know what I mean.
Hey, I'm hearing you loud and clear. And also, that might be a good segue into saying, if you by chance listen to the first two episodes, sometimes I might be too loud. I just get really excited. I'm working on it. I'm staying back from the mic. But, you know, it is what it is. And
by working
I can
on
only
it,
promise to get better.
By working on it,
I mean, I'm like Aaron. I have faulty equipment. It's nobody's fault.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it's definitely not my fault. So we're gonna get it figured out, and let's go ahead and get into the episode. Take it away, Chaz.
All right. So right from the very beginning, we have our boy.
This is my guy, man.
The Sleepy Vampire.
Sleepy Vampire, Keith Sadie's, Commander Keith. K-Dog.
K-Swizzle.
Oh my God. I mean, the list of the names go on, but we'll cut it off there. What is he up to?
Well, he starts off the episode by talking to Armin, and he just he asks Armin what his name is. Armin says, "My name is Armin."
Right, like you do.
Like you would if somebody asked what your name is. He said, "Stupid fucking name." Okay, that's exactly what he said. And then he continues to call Armin Arlert.
Yeah, you change it. I mean, it's a big play, you know. Stupid name, and he just changes it for him, and that's why he's the commander. That's why we put this guy in charge.
So we will be referring to Armin as Arlert for the rest of this podcast.
Yeah.
But Sleepy Vampire calls him Arlert. He basically tells all of them that, you know, they're less than livestock. They're just a bunch of less than cattle heathens.
This is so great. He told them last episode, first of all, let's remember, he welcomed them not warmly. He went out of his way, didn't welcome them warmly, and he told them they were less than livestock. Not only did he tell them that last episode, but now he's making them say it themselves.
Yes, and he goes around after Armin. We already know who Armin is, so we won't get much into that. But he goes up to Jean, a guy named Jean, which you can say Jean, John, Jean, however you want to say it. Jean. Jean.
Because it feels good.
It feels great off the tongue, but he asks Jean why he's joining, and Jean basically says he's joining to join the military police and he wants to get into the interior wall.
Yeah, give a quick summary of the military police. Just
quick summary is a bunch of people that get drunk, lounge around all day. They're a bunch of loungy dolphins.
Loungy dolphins.
And they just sit around and act like everything's all right because they're the military police, and they can just chill out and not have to worry about anything.
On paper, they're the top guys protecting what, you know, people consider to be the most important people. In reality, they just got money, but
they're just protecting the inner people.
Yeah, they're just chilling hard, and that's what my boy Jean. That's what he's doing.
That's what he's going up to, and you know, Commander Keith, he instantly just drills Jean after that. Where does he hit him? Like right in the shin or something?
I mean, he nails him, rightfully so. If my boy Keith decides that someone needs to be hit, they need to be hit, and that's just it. I'm with him 100%.
So Jean goes down, and then he goes over to, is it Thomas is next that he goes to?
I believe so, yeah.
So he goes to Thomas Wagner, a blonde-headed little fella. Starts talking to him.
Let's just say he's not using his inside voice.
No, Keith, no. He is not. I don't think he knows what an inside voice is, okay?
Yeah. We've got another guy. I'm not exactly sure. What is this other guy who's walking? There's two guys walking, taking this all in.
I don't think they really mention their names, but it looks like, the head guy, I suppose you would say, he looks a little bit older than the other guy he's talking to. He's essentially saying, this is the same training you went through to the second guy. So these are veterans, is what it looks like.
Right.
They're saying this is how it's always been. We're basically turning them from scratch. What is it he says? From scratch, we're gonna make these people into pure soldiers.
Yeah.
And how does he exactly word that?
He's talking about why Keith is so intense and saying, we're just completely basically remodeling these people from what they were to just good soldiers. The thing I would like to tell this guy is, I'm not even sure my Keith knows that he's screaming. I think he's just so tired that he's just talking normally, he thinks, and he's just because this is what he does. He's so tired that he's just mad at everything, and he's just yelling at everything, and he doesn't even know where he is, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right.
And so I also wanted to point out the fact that when you're listening to this in dub, or my bad, who am I talking to?
Dub.
Sub over dub. When you listen to this in sub, it's great because not only are you hearing these guys talk about what's going on with Commander Keith, you also get what he's saying to these people in the background. And he's telling this one guy, he just straight up says, "Horrible name, change it now."
Change it.
Yeah. And the best, he tells this person, and I quote, "Listen up. I've seen a lot of shit in my time, but you are the sorriest piece of shit I have ever seen." Which just
absolutely motivating these soldiers.
I mean, not sugarcoating it one iota.
And that's when we move over to Connie. We can call him Connie, however you want to say it. And he essentially asks Connie what he wants to do. Connie says he wants to give his heart for humanity, and he raises his left arm and puts it over his right breast.
Yeah.
Which, hey, buddy, that's not where your heart is.
That's not how that goes. Which, listen, I'm sympathetic to Connie here because you know how many times I was saying the Pledge of Allegiance in class, and maybe we're coming back from like a week break. It's early in the morning, and I start to do it, and I like look around, and I'm like, oh wait, am I doing it right? And
you're a little not as sleepy as this guy, but you're sleepy.
But also, thankfully, none of my teachers ever came up and picked me up by the head because I did it the wrong way.
Yeah, and that's when Keith just absolutely squeezes his head, picks him up.
And, maybe I'd be a better person if they did. Maybe if I had a guy like Keith, I wouldn't be, who am I kidding? I've got a successful podcast. I'm doing fine. But another thing I did want to point out, the two guys who were talking about Keith's methods, they bring up the fact that, he's not going so hard on everyone around this time, and it's because they're saying, yeah, you can kind of tell the ones who have seen Titans. They know what they're up against. They're taking it seriously. They don't need this, molding like these other ones do. They're well aware of what's out there and what they're working towards.
Exactly. That's a good point. We actually have a lot of people here that have no idea what the Titans look like.
Yeah.
And the people that do know it's fucking terrifying.
Right.
But not as terrifying as Sleepy Vampire Keith.
Oh my God, Keith is just...
But anyways, that's when Keith squeezes Connie by the head, and we pan over in this very serious moment. We pan over to Potato Girl.
Oh my God, this right here, you know how I feel about all this, but I'll let you have the floor, Chaz. I know you love this. Tell the people about it.
Well, this is probably my favorite character in episode 3, okay? Because it is, let me tell you, when it comes to comedy, Potato Girl does it to perfection. And it pans over to Potato Girl taking a bite out of a potato while everybody is looking at her like, what in the hell is she doing right now? And then Ronnie, I know this is your favorite girl in the whole series. You've seen season 1. This is your favorite girl.
Listen. This is my thing with anime. It's always like there's the characters love to eat, and I'm all for eating. It drives me a little bit crazy when that's the whole character. And at this point in time, that kind of feels like it's the whole character. I'll tell you why it works for me in this show, Chaz.
Why does it work, Ronnie?
It's because why this whole episode works. It's because Keith. His reaction is so great. You know, I feel like you could write a 10-page thesis on the emotions going on in this man's brain. And I've got a very important question for you.
Yes.
Did Keith eat his half of the potato?
Here's what I think Keith did. And it doesn't show this part.
Break out the tinfoil hats. We're going to be talking about this for a while.
Oh, yeah. This is going to... If you're not ready for this, go ahead and close it up.
Yeah.
Because this is what this podcast is all about. This is what I think Keith did. I think he put the potato in his mouth, juggled it around a little bit, got it all slimy and salivy, and then he gave it back to Potato Girl, made her eat it, and then made her run for 5 hours straight.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I just feel like he was offended when she gave him the smaller half. I think he first just like...
Yeah, more like a quarter, not a half.
Yeah, definitely not a half. He took the potato, he looked at it, he threw it in the dirt, picked it back up, asked for the bigger half, and then when she gave him the bigger half, he just looked at it. He looked at her, and just took the half of the potato he threw in the dirt and just ate it right in front of her. Just ate it right in front of her face, and then just squeezed the bigger half and just made her start running.
Yes.
That's what I think.
And then told her no dinner.
Yeah. Incredible scene.
Absolutely incredible. And that's when we go over, it shows Aaron, Connie, Armin,
Yeah.
they're all watching her run.
Yeah, Marco's
there. They're all watching her run. And Armin mentions, or I think it was Marco actually, mentions the fact that she was from a hunting town, basically.
right.
So not that really matters or anything, but... So then Aaron, they kind of mentioned the fact that Aaron and Armin, they both saw the Colossal Titan, and Connie is like, whoa, you really saw it? And he's real excited about it. You know, he's acting like anybody who hasn't seen a Titan. Obviously, your curiosity would be very intrigued by that.
This isn't something you want to deal with, buddy.
Yeah, and you know, he's not being the most considerate, considering how many people actually died from these Titans, but
Seriously, what a jerk.
he's hyped up about it. But that's when we go to the dinner table, and it shows a bunch of people around asking Aaron about the Titans and what he saw.
I got to bring this up. I love, they also have a brief moment where the people who have like dropped out are riding away on their wagon, and this would be probably me, I guess, where I'm like, yeah, you know, this is it. I'm changing. This is me now. I'm changing. I'm going to become a better person. I'm standing there. I get one taste of Commander Keith, and I'm like, yo, send me to the fields. This is not, I mean, these people made it less than 6 hours, and they're just like, forget about it.
I like to sleep, man. What I like to imagine is these people were thinking in their heads, wow, we're not going to be able to sleep for 375 days after seeing Keith.
They said, look at that guy, Keith. Is that how everyone is? Like, get me out of here. I'll go make some corn, or I'll go plant some corn.
Yeah, and they were just out. Plant some corn and throw some rocks around. They were done. And that's when Aaron is at the dinner table, and he's the popular guy. Everybody's around asking him if he saw the Colossal Titan, and his, you know, stubbornness and his ego. He's like, yeah. He's like, honestly, he's not even that tough. He doesn't even look that tough.
Yeah. He's like talking about, and then they go, oh, did you see the armored Titan? And he's like, yeah, didn't look any different to me. Hey, buddy, open your eyes a little. That guy was like Marshawn Lynch standing next to me. It's just like, I'm trying to run through a wall. I'm not doing so good. Todd Gurley or someone else goes running through a wall, you're gonna notice a little bit of a difference.
You're gonna notice a little bit of a difference.
I'm 4'6" and 130.
Yeah, just an absolute mammoth of a man. But then we go on and they ask Aaron if he's seen a normal Titan. And that's when he thinks about his mom getting chomped in half by a normal Titan. And he starts to almost throw up his food, and people are like, yo, chill out. He doesn't want to remember everything, and that's when he quickly changes his attitude. And he's like, honestly, yeah, and they're not even that tough. If we master our gear, like, we'll totally take them out, guys. We're going to wipe out all the Titans.
Yeah, so make this the, I believe this is number 4. Aaron is telling this whole gang, I am wiping them off this planet, and then I'm killing them all. So think about the order of events here, okay?
Yeah.
First, we got to get the Titans, okay? We got them. We got to get them off the planet. We wipe them off the planet, okay? That's step 1. Then, okay, it's important part 2. We kill them all, okay?
Yep. Wipe them off, then kill them.
Rewind that a little bit. We're going to wipe them off, kill them all. It's a two-step plan, okay?
Okay.
Step 1, wipe them off. Step 2, kill them all.
Kill them all.
It's a good plan. I think we should stay with it.
And I'm sure Aaron won't ever mention this again.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's why it's so important that you get the 2-step plan right now, because it will not be covered again.
But kudos to Aaron, because he realizes none of these people have seen Titans. They would probably all shit their pants if they saw these Titans.
2-step plan will be on the test.
2-step plan, he decides to, you know what, I'll throw the 2-step plan at them. I'll keep their hopes up, even though I know their hopes would be shattered if they actually saw these Titans. So at this point, it's been 2 years since that day happened.
Right.
Aaron was 10 years old at the time. Aaron is now 12. And it was important to mention that at the beginning of this episode, they said it would be 3 long years of training. So if Aaron can make it through these long years of training, he will be 15 years old.
I just want to clarify, this wasn't in the show, I don't think, but I mean, you mostly, Chaz, you really get into the research.
Yes, I dig deep.
Yeah, and you've kind of dug this up.
Yeah.
And we're sharing it to the good people.
I read it off a comment about the manga on YouTube. Some manga guy, he just commented and he was like, guys, I read the manga.
Yeah. And so basically that's how you know it's right. It's kind of the new Wikipedia, what it says, what YouTube comments say, go. It's our most reliable source of information. We'll continue using it in the...
Please feel free to comment at any time.
Comment, and we'll just take what you say as canon.
Yeah, whatever you say. So, basically, after Aaron, Aaron and Jean, they plop their dicks out. Whose is bigger? Jean's about to hit him, or not really, but it kind of looks like it's going in that direction. The bell rings, so they're like, you know what? Let's call it peace. Whatever. Deuces. They shake, walk out, and on the way out, we have our girl Mikasa. Her hair's just flowing in the wind.
Oh my God.
As she walked past Jean.
Whew.
And Jean is just his pants are a little soaked at this point, let's say.
Wow.
And
who's not a pair of dry pants in the room?
Right. And Jean goes, in the anime voice.
Yeah.
You don't look like everyone else. So racist.
Oh my God.
Let me say.
Here I was, this guy, I felt like he was making some pretty good points against Aaron, and now I have to cancel him. And it's not what I want to do, but this is what we do in today's society. So you can't just be saying that stuff. All men are created equal.
And then he goes,
and women.
Your hair's pretty. Bye. And then she walks off. Says thanks, walks off. And Jean walks outside, and he basically is like, oh, I got to wipe this trust off my hand from Aaron because I'm in love now. After seeing Mikasa for 0.3 seconds.
What a weirdo.
Yeah. And not to mention, he wipes it on Connie in a very sexual manner.
Yeah, let me just say, I could like to consider myself a professional wiper. I've wiped all the time. I wipe low. I wipe high.
37 years, that's all.
Yeah, I've just been experienced wiper. Hey, I've never wiped my trust on someone because that's just
especially another guy, if you're a guy.
Seriously,
unless you're into that.
well, I mean, just like yeah, don't wipe your trust on whoever you want to, but if you don't want me to think you're weird, don't wipe your trust on anyone.
Exactly.
It's a good rule to live by. I feel like we've got 2 rules right now. I'm making rules up as we go. That's how we roll around here on the AoT Chronicles. First rule, I think I mentioned it back in episode 2, don't run into an alley. Second rule, don't wipe your trust on anyone.
Third rule, mention wiping out the Titans every at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's not even a rule. That's just like a way of life. There's a 2-step plan. We'll go over it later. It's pretty important. It's kind of hard to grasp, but once you get it, it's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Huge deal. And that's when we go to the next day, okay? After Jean splooges his pants.
So this is hilarious from Mikasa. She tells Aaron, as if the people watching don't already know this, she says, "You're always so impulsive when you are riled up."
Oh yeah, she does. She does, which is great. I love her commentary on Aaron, except for her being a snitch in the first episode. But whatever, we'll get over that.
She's come a long way. She's cutting her hair.
She has. She had long hair. Aaron told her to cut it. She's cutting it just for him.
You like the short hair or the long hair?
I like the short hair on her. I won't lie.
Wow. Okay.
It's wavy.
Yeah.
It's real wavy. But anyways, it cuts to the next day. It's the 3D maneuvering dimensional cyanotic gear.
Okay. I can't believe you skipped this part.
Which part?
The part where I was genuinely confused because I thought that they were trying to tell me that Sasha was becoming a wildebeest.
Oh my goodness, I did skip this part.
Oh my
You're
God.
so right. Sasha.
Help wanted for a podcast co-host.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Anyway, back up, Chaz.
And it's not Sasha, it's Potato Girl. Come on.
Yeah, tell the people what's going on here.
All right, so we got Potato Girl. She's ran for 7 hours or whatever Keith Sleepy Vampire does. And we got this beautiful blonde lady walking up. Well, I wouldn't call her a lady. She's pretty young. But we got this beautiful blonde little girl walking up and essentially saying, what is she? Is she giving her some food?
Sasha, she's just trying to help her, and that's when Sasha goes straight wildebeest and gets red eyes.
Snatches it.
Gets super strength human speed like I've never seen before. And like darts at her, and
it's
to the point where I was like, okay, wait, did I miss something? I was like rewinding, being like, where was the part where she became a lion? I didn't see that part, but it turns out this is just anime, and
it's just comedy at its finest. Is what I think it is.
I know it is. So if you guys have missed out on this character beat that they're really trying to be subtle about, it's Sasha really likes food.
Really, really likes food. I don't know. You might not be able to tell, but it looks like that's what they're rolling with.
Yeah, it's kind of between the lines, but if you look close enough, you'll see it.
And then we got another mystery character. We won't say who it is yet. Spoilers ahead. But
okay. Also, with your women, that older woman comes up, and she is kinky.
Yeah.
She goes, "I look forward to a lot of fun with this idiot." Wow.
Yeah, she's basically helping Potato Girl get to bed to have fun with her later.
Right.
And to where Potato Girl, end quote, owes her.
That was the last time I had heard that sentence said in literally the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. And that one of them was by me.
But we don't have to talk about that in this episode.
Correct. Let me just flip through this.
Page turn. You don't get a professional page turn like that anywhere else. This is what you come to the Podcast Chronicles for. This is real life, you know. We keep it real, and if you're mad about a page turn, let us know.
All right, so now, sorry, I had a whole 3 pages on Potato Girl, but now that we're on the 3D dimensional maneuvering cyanotic jetpacking gear.
Yeah, he's kind of messing around. These are actually called the Jetpack 3D combo wazometers. And
oh, okay, yeah, I forgot that part.
So take it seriously.
All right, so now that we're on to that, whatever you want to call them. We'll call them 3Ds. We're on to the 3Ds.
The ODMs.
The ODMs. We got Mikasa. She, of course, is sitting there, and, you know, the head guy, whatever you want to call him, mystery man, they never said his name, but he's walking around, and he's like, see, you got people like her right there that they're just born naturals. It just comes easy to them, and obviously she's killing it, like always.
Yeah.
Because she's best girl.
Steady as a rock, that one.
Steady as a rock. And it goes over to some other people who are, you know, doing pretty well with it.
I think Reiner's over there. He's just chilling.
Sasha, even Potato Girl, she's not even doing bad with it.
How's my boy Aaron doing?
Well, Aaron's upside down. He's upside down, and he's about to pass out because all the blood's going to his head.
Yeah. And then we give it another shot. He just slams his head on the ground so hard that the NFL called, he's going to the concussion protocol. This guy's out for 14 days at least. He's got to be reevaluated next week before he plays the Broncos, and hopefully we can get him back in the lineup. But
I think he's already donating his brain for CTE research in the future.
He definitely needs to, because it was a nasty hit. Even though he snuck behind the doctors, and him, Armin, and Mikasa, they go and train a little bit more, where I really, really like the way they're hyping him up. He still can't do it, and Mikasa gives him this great advice. She says, no reason to worry. You just have to figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah, you got tomorrow.
Yeah.
No reason to worry.
Listen, no reason to worry. Just you see this thing that you can't do now. All you got to do, figure it out tomorrow, or your whole goal is down the drain. That's fine, because you can just figure it out tomorrow.
That's how I am in life. Any problem that I have, I just figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah. I just go, oh, hey, why am I worrying? I can just figure this out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm $5,000 in debt. I'll figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah. It's gotten me this far.
And that's when, actually, I believe that's when he hits his head.
It's really harder. The whole motto to our podcast.
Right?
People, saying, hey, this podcast sucks. The audio's not that great. You guys don't seem to be that professional. We say, no need to worry. We're just going to
figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll figure it out tomorrow.
Anyways, guys, please comment on our video. We want to hear all the feedback you can.
Shoot us an email.
Shoot us an email, comment on the video, give us a thumbs up. But anyways, back to the story. So, I'm pretty sure this is when Mikasa and Armin, when they're with him, that's when he hurts his head even more. He hits the ground straight up. They have to bandage him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I think I might have jumped ahead a little bit.
And that's when they're at the dinner table that night, and people, they're talking behind his back, talking about, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that, which, I would too. It's pretty funny if somebody's upside down while you're killing it, but do you have any comments on that?
No, I think you covered that well.
And then that's when we hear somebody say, it's Jean and Connie. Aaron goes up to Jean and Connie. He wants advice because they did pretty well with the ODM gear. And they're like, oh, weren't you the one that said you were going to wipe out all the Titans, but you can't even figure this out? And obviously that just shatters Aaron's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, this is where I'm looking at my notes here. I can't believe I wrote 15 pages for this episode. But here on page 8, paragraph C, I do realize I made a bit of a blunder. So I said, Mikasa said the motto we live by, no reason to worry, you just have to figure it out tomorrow. That was actually Armin when he's in this room with Reiner and them. Mikasa actually she's got some really good advice too. I'm not sure it's as good as that. She just says, don't worry about doing well, but make sure, I'm kind of paraphrasing here. She just says, don't worry about doing well, but just make sure you do well, or you're going to the fields.
Wow, so don't worry about it, but do it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about doing well, but do well.
Yeah, that just makes total sense to me.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Chad, but I know the hyenas are going to be at me in the comments, in the reviews, in the chat, and I just wanted to
light them up, chat.
Clear my name.
F's in the chat.
No reason to worry. I'll just figure it out tomorrow.
But as I was saying, while you rudely interrupted me, it's all right, Ronnie.
I suck.
But that's when Jean and Connie, they kind of make fun of him because they're like, oh, weren't you the one that said you were going to wipe out all the Titans? And he's like, but I need your help. And he's crying. And then he's like, whatever. So they go to Reiner and Bertholdt.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, Bertholdt, make it easier.
Yeah. It's, Bertholdt?
Bertholdt? Or is it Bertholdt? Is it Bert? What is it?
We'll call him, I love that. Let's just call him Bert.
Bert? Let's go with Bert.
Call him Bert.
All right, so we got Bert and Reiner, and he's asking them what to do, and Reiner's just like, you just kind of stand there. There's not much to it.
Reiner, basically, he's very kind, because he basically, in his head, he's just thinking, okay, Reiner, how do you answer the dumbest question you've ever been asked? And he just lets him down easy.
And then that's when they go into a deeper convo, and they start talking about that day and stuff. And do you want to give a little info on that?
Yeah, I really liked. They're just kind of talking about how their village was a little bit more out of the way, that they didn't receive word that the Titans were around until they were on them. And they're kind of talking about, yeah, it was weird. We were hearing sounds we've never heard before. The animals were unusually restless, which is so weird about the animals, because Reiner actually says, I looked out the window and what he saw was Commander Keith literally riding a cow. He'd grabbed the livestock. He said, screw all of the people who I'm training. And he got on a cow and was just riding it through the forest. And he had chickens on his shoulder, and he was throwing them at Titans and stuff like that. And there was also a Titan there, but the main thing was seeing Keith ride that cow.
And I guess that's why Keith didn't sleep that night.
Yeah, that was one of the many nights he had not slept. But in all seriousness, no, I like Reiner and Bert a lot, because we can kind of find similarities in them with our gang, because they've actually seen Titans, so they're kind of in the same shoes. Whereas, like you were saying before, a lot of these people, they haven't even seen Titans. They don't know what they're up against. They're just kind of doing it because they think that this is what they're supposed to do. This is what they have to do.
Right.
It's different for Bert and Reiner, so I like them for that.
Yeah, and that's when they kind of go into more detail about why they're joining, what they want to do. And Bert's like, listen, I don't really have that much of a will. I'd rather just join the military police, kind of live like a quiet life.
Yeah.
He does not have Aaron's objectives at all.
And Reiner's whole thing is, he straight up says, he's just like, I just want my homeland back, and no matter what, I'm going back. So
and then that's when he goes, what about you, Aaron? And Aaron goes, I will wipe out all of the Titans.
Number 5, he says he's going back, flashback, he's thinking about all the traumas he's been through, and he says, Reiner, let me tell you a story. It was this moment, and this moment only, when I realized I had to kill all these Titans myself. Which seems like a lofty goal, but this is Aaron, He
doesn't want any help.
He's got to kill these Titans.
He wants to do it all himself, too. No help, mind you. And that's when Reiner and Bert look at him, and they're like, okay, this guy's a little wacko.
This guy's got some demons that I'm not so sure I want to be around when they escape this.
But then Reiner tells him, he's like, look, man, he kind of sympathizes with him because he knows what happened to him. Listen, check your gear, make sure everything's straight. Tomorrow, you got this, bud. And everything, blah, blah. Kiss, kiss. Yeah. Everything's good.
And so, new morning. Everyone got some rest except for Keith. And we're all ready for Aaron's big day.
Aaron's big day. He shows up. He starts to get on the thing. A couple seconds in, he's staying steady, and then boom.
Yeah, my favorite part is he's just like, he's basically thinking in his head, he's like, wow, I suck so bad, but boy, do I have some guts. I am going to do this.
He has guts. That's all you need.
He's like, let me make myself clear. I am the worst, but if there's one thing I've got, it's guts, and I'm going to do it. And then he doesn't do it.
He had guts for 2 seconds, but then he went upside down again, and Sleepyhead Keith was like, "Hey, Wagner, switch belts with this guy."
He's like, we've never thought to maintenance this very important part.
We've never thought to clean the belt or maintenance it. Hey, Wagner, switch it up with him. And that's when he switches it up, and voila. Sleepyhead Keith does a little inspection, and he realizes, oh, wow, I've never actually seen this part of the belt messed up before.
Yeah, everyone's going crazy like, wow, he even did it for a couple seconds without the belt correct, and Keith's still just standing off to the side. He's like so tired, he's wiping his eyes. He's just like, unbelievable that we've never looked at the part of the belt that's supposed to help the person stay up. He goes, I'm putting that on the checklist. We have got to start checking this part of the belt.
We have got to start checking this. Great epiphany by Keith.
He's like, I'm getting some rest, and then I am putting this on the checklist. I'll tell you that right now, because this sort of thing cannot happen again.
And then, is that pretty much the end of the episode?
That's pretty much it. But we do get a nice little tidbit there at the end where Keith is in his head, and he's saying, he even says his name. Do you have the first name?
Yes, he says, Grisha, your son is now a soldier. So we now know, well, I don't know, we could possibly have known this before. I didn't really check, but we do know now that Aaron's dad's name is Grisha. Grisha, however you say it.
And we know Keith knows.
And Keith somehow knows Grisha. It could be that he saved him as he was a doctor. We don't really know.
Which is interesting because we haven't actually, I don't think Keith made it clear to Aaron that he knew his dad. So he kind of kept that under his belt.
Yeah, he definitely did not mention that to him.
And we get just, this is where the animation, so every time they've got their ODMs and they're just zipping through the forest to just a banger of a song, it's sick. I love it.
It is. And the awesome part about this too, at the very end, Aaron's so excited that he just finally conquered his ODM, gear specialist thing, whatever you want to call it. And Mikasa's like, wow, that's awesome. She believes that Aaron is so excited just because he doesn't want to be separated from her.
Yeah.
Which is a little self-deluded, if you ask me.
Love Mikasa, but let's put a little asterisk next to her name, and in parentheses just put potentially a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
She seems lovely, but definitely watch out for her.
She might not know Aaron as well as we think if she thinks something like that.
Let me nerd out a little bit here. How do you think, with what we know, the ODMs work? You think it's like, I know that they've got little triggers on their blades that kind of shoot out the grapples. Mm-hmm. You think it's like all in the hips?
It is, like it's all muscle, hips, the way they move, sway is how they steer and all that.
It's so cool. It's just like a gas. It's like a jet-packed version of swinging around like Spider-Man.
It is.
I love when they just like get some air, do some flips. And I guess the only other thing I had, Chaz, was Titan of the Week this week, Sleepy Keith.
Sleepy Keith, I completely agree. Ronnie, and
it's like you were saying, this episode, we take a step back, but still really enjoyable. We meet a lot of new characters and get a little bit more. We get a nice little refresher with Aaron. He does want to kill the Titans, so that's always good to check up on
and kill him.
We got some more Keith, which is why I would definitely say
the highlight of the first three episodes.
This is definitely the best episode since last episode.
I completely agree, Ronnie.
Oh my God, we're a bunch of idiots. Why would anyone ever listen to this?
And if you're still here, why are you still here?
But when you are listening, please, you know the drill. Send us the feedback in the comments or at thepodcastchronicles@gmail.com.
Give us a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah, I've sent the blueprints to the t-shirt company. We've got those on the way.
Totally got those on the way.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. They're right here. 400 listeners, and we're going to ship those out. So just be the 100th listener, and you can get one of those. Chad, anything else for the people?
Have a great night. This is your boy Chaz. Peace.
This has been the AoT Chronicles. Thanks for listening.